Welcome to Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt of the Marquardt Law Firm at marquardtlawfirm.com.
Slam dunk your vote on the Spurs arena future. Will Bexar County tip off a game-changing downtown revival or pass on the play that keeps the Spurs in San Antonio for generations? Let's break down the high-stakes Bexar County election showdown, propositions A and B.
Let's do it. I'm on pins and needles too.
These aren't just ballot measures. They're the key to unlocking Project Marvel, a $3 to $4 billion sports and entertainment district that could deliver a state-of-the-art Spurs arena, rodeo expansion, and economic fireworks downtown.
Yeah.
Before you jump for the Spurs, though, critics are calling foul on taxpayer risks, and the mayor is urging caution. Is this a winning shot or a risky buzzer beater? Welcome to Talk Law Radio. I'm Todd Marquardt. Shannon is going to be interviewing me about Project Marvel today.
You're in the hot seat today.
But why is it important?
Well, first of all, do I have anything on my head? Did you notice anything different about me?
Tell us about the butterflies.
This is my crown for Dia de los Muertos, my corona.
Okay, and what does that mean in English?
Crown.
No, I mean the other part.
Oh, Dia de los Muertos? The Day of the Dead. So coming up November 1st and 2nd, sometimes October 31st, like depending on where you are. Mm-hmm. So you've seen, like, it's kind of popular now in popular culture, but yes, before it was more of a small, quiet thing.
Well, one of my staff last year, we did an altar for those who have lost loved ones in my office.
Wow. Yeah, you probably put that on social media, huh?
And as a Lutheran, we recognize All Saints Day, which is part of the same thing.
I see it as the same, yeah. I was reading that it's gotten so popular that tourists are actually kind of a big problem now in Oaxaca, where they'll go. I'm not going to have it on for the whole...
because of the cartoon movie?
Because it's so popularized now, so they actually had to put out, please don't trample over everything, don't paint your face. You know, this is not like the movie. This is our home. We live here. We want to actually celebrate the way we want to celebrate. Mm-hmm. So they had to kind of put out a list for the tourists, like, welcome, but please be respectful. So I thought that was interesting.
Well, that's sort of confusing for tourists, I imagine.
Right.
But I wanted to answer my own question.
Yes, please. Sorry about that. I distracted us.
Why is this important? Why is knowing about propositions A and B so important? Because in the beginning, God had one law. Then he gave Moses the 10 Commandments. And now we have municipal, state, and federal lawmakers that won't stop creating new laws that might impact you, like propositions A and B. And so you need to know some of the facts so you can make an educated decision about whether to vote for it or vote against it.
Yeah, this is quite a service you provide.
So this is the legal issue blind spot for Sunday at 4:30 in the afternoon, but you can also watch Talk Law Radio or listen to Talk Law Radio Saturdays at 11 o'clock in the morning. So we're going to be talking about when is the vote?
Yeah.
Who is allowed to vote?
Right.
How can I get more information about the economic impact of building a new arena, and the arguments in favor of propositions A and B, and the arguments in opposition of propositions A and B, as well as a UT San Antonio poll.
Right. Very cool. Well, when is it?
Well, early voting has already started. It started October 20th, and early voting ends October.
I'm not going to ask how you voted, but did you vote already?
I have not voted already because I thought this was a San Antonio vote, and I live outside the city limits. But you helped me realize that it's a Bexar County thing.
Oh, okay.
And I'll explain why in just a moment.
Okay.
So early voting ends October 31st. which is the anniversary of when Martin Luther nailed his 95 Thesis to the church door in Wittenberg, Germany.
You don't say. How interesting.
Yeah, well, I do talk about that every Saturday.
You do, yeah. No, you've brought that up before.
And so rather than celebrate Halloween, I celebrate Reformation Day.
Right. Didn't you dress up once as Martin Luther?
No, maybe I should. I have a cardboard cutout that I stood next to one time.
Oh, okay.
And when we do our door decorating party contest at the office for Halloween,
Yeah.
I always put this giant cardboard cutout of Martin Luther.
Right.
That's my decoration. But Election Day is November 4th. So that's the very last day that you can weigh in on this, and it will impact you one way or the other.
My friend that went to vote said the lines were non-existent, that you just walk right in. So very easy.
Yeah, so people should do that. Do you want the Spurs to have a new arena, or do you think that's a waste of taxpayers' money?
Yeah.
That's what we'll be talking about. And we'd like for you to weigh in by posting a comment on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. So, what's the next question?
Well, we talked about when,
Right.
and the answer is now. And did you cover who can vote?
Not yet.
Oh.
So, the who can vote is anybody in Bexar County. Let me just go down the list. You have to live in Bexar County, not just be here. You have to be a U.S. citizen, and you have to be at least 17 years and 10 months old. Did you know that?
I didn't. How interesting.
I hope AI is correct about that, because I always thought that you had to be 18.
I did too.
So you can fact check me on that if you want to.
Yeah, leave a comment.
And you can't be a convicted felon, with exceptions for felons who have completed their punishment. Is that real?
I thought you would lose your right to vote permanently. I think you can be reinstated, but if you have a felony, you can't vote. You lose your right to vote. I know it seems unconstitutional. It seems like, wow, is this true?
Well, I don't know if my AI information is true.
Right.
I should have double checked that. And not have been declared by a court to be mentally incapacitated.
Right. That makes sense.
Here's a funny side note. I was at the airport on my way back from Boston to San Antonio.
I wanted to hear all about Boston, but I didn't want to distract us, because I always do that.
I wanted to apply for the what's the short line where you can get pre-approved.
Yeah,
there's
a word
called.
for it that is escaping me right now.
So I get all the way through the process of just applying, and the lady that's helping me says, if you become insane, you have to notify the State Department within so many days.
And I know what you thought. How am I going to do that if I'm not in my right mind?
Right. It was just so odd for me.
Right.
And she said everybody asks that same question.
Yeah. I would have liked to have seen your face when she said
It was just weird. Yeah. Okay, so that's who can vote, but I also wanted to talk about why it's county-wide. Well, it's because Propositions A and B are about funding for the whole county.
Right.
It affects the whole county.
Right.
County-level venue taxes. And so part of it, Proposition A, focuses on the San Antonio rodeo and the rodeo grounds, and Proposition B focuses on San Antonio Spurs' new arena. But the reason that the whole county is involved, like I said, is because it impacts the whole county. Hotels throughout the whole county, that's the venue tax.
Right, yeah.
So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that is.
I'm a lawyer,
and
I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I had to find the answer. I couldn't just take your word for it.
Right.
Because I didn't want to show up at the polls and then say, I thought you were a lawyer.
Yeah.
You're supposed to know whether or not you can vote here.
Right.
So
that's a good call.
I also wanted to say that people could find out more information by watching our interview with Dr.
That was a
Zimbalist.
really good one. He is, dare I say, he is like the leading expert nationwide.
Yes.
And he was so humble.
He's a renowned economist.
And you're going to ask me if I read the book. I know you're going to, I bet you're wondering.
Well,
I didn't, I'm sorry, I haven't.
The book
but
she's
I will
talking
read that.
about is Sports, Jobs, and Taxes.
Yeah.
Because municipalities, in an effort to get support from the public, will promise sports and jobs.
Right.
An economic increase.
Right.
And
he has studied all of them. He kind of blew my mind because I get so hyper focused on local, like what's happening locally. I forget, this happens all over the country. There's other municipalities where they've struggled with this same question.
And he's consulted with some of those. He's even testified before Congress.
Right, yeah.
So if you're interested in learning more by watching YouTube videos about our interview with Dr. Zimbalist, just search Google for Talk Law Radio, Truth About Stadium Financing with Dr. Zimbalist. That's Z-I, M as in mother, B as in boy, A-L-I, S as in Sam, T as in Timothy. You can also go to YouTube if you like to watch YouTube videos. Just search the same thing, Talk Law Radio, Truth About Stadium Financing with Dr. Zimbalist.
He was really cool.
You can hear straight from economics expert about what the impact might be. And if Mayor Gina Ortiz Jones or the rest of the clan down at City Hall wants to get some more information about this, they should also watch those YouTube videos.
It would be good, yeah.
Because he was shocked that this was happening and nobody called him.
Right. I can understand why he would think that, yeah.
Right. It turns out that the team that did the economic impact analysis is an organization owned by the Spurs.
Well, we don't know. Maybe they've called him by now. I mean, we're not in all
have.
the ins and outs of everything.
If you know information
Leave a
that I
comment.
don't, you can always let me know I'm wrong. I won't be mad at all.
Like you say, just be polite.
I like politeness.
Yeah.
Yes, I appreciate that. Okay, so we're talking about propositions A and B. People in Bexar County can vote on it, and whether or not it's going to be a good thing. And I'll give you some insight towards the end of our show.
Oh, good.
But while
would you be very sad if the Spurs were gone? It would
be
sad for you.
I wasn't much of an athlete, and I do go to the Spurs occasionally, but I don't like parking, and I don't like going downtown. I know that probably makes me a bad person in the eyes of San Antonio fanatics.
Uh-huh.
Plus, it's expensive to get good seats. The last time I went, the Spurs had a package for lawyers.
Really?
Right, and they offered continuing legal education. And
I think I remember this, actually. Right. That is cool.
I got to meet the lawyers that work for the Spurs. And they talked about entertainment law and sports law. And then I'm so
glad you got that opportunity.
I took my whole family. We had terrific seats and spent a fortune.
Yeah.
But it was fun that one time.
I probably don't want to know the number, do I?
It was up there.
Yeah.
So you can also get information from these opposing groups.
Right. You mean like Cops Metro?
Right. Which is not really a police organization, right? Do you know what it stands for?
I don't. I should. Is it community something?
It probably is. COPPS/Metro.
Yeah.
But what I was going to ask the audience is if they read Mayor Gina Ortiz Jones' opinion editorial in the San Antonio Express-News.
Mm-hmm.
So she believes that, she says she's a fan, okay? She says...
She started the article, she started her editorial with that sentence.
Right. And
I am a
she
fan.
she would love
she
for the
said.
Spurs to have a new arena, but she has some reservations about the agreement that has already started. So there was a term sheet which just is basically an outline of the proposal and what everybody's willing to do to make the Spurs arena happen. She says that those terms could be better. And I like that she has some skepticism and is just analyzing it. Part of her background I know a little bit about because I interviewed her for Talk Law Radio before the mayoral election.
I saw
and
that.
I got to
Yeah.
learn a lot about her background.
You interviewed all of them, actually, every candidate.
Well, not everyone. There were some that just ignored me, and they all lost.
Oh my gosh, Todd, you were fantastic.
I don't know if that's a strong correlation there or not, but I did interview other people.
You heard it here, folks. Todd Marquardt
Yeah.
was the deciding factor.
I don't know if I was or not. I interviewed other people that lost. So
I found it's Communities Organized for Public Service. COPS.
Okay, that's COPS. They oppose Propositions A and B. And so I was telling you about the mayor editorial. She says she's a fan. She says that she would like to see a new Spurs stadium, but she just thinks that there could be a better deal. And I like people that want to get a better deal. Also,
she called it, "We can negotiate a better deal for the new Spurs arena." That was
the title.
Her title, yeah. And she kept it very short. You know, she didn't get too technical. She just made her points. And yeah, I think the title says it all. She was pretty clear about her position.
Right. And so if you want to read about that, just search for San Antonio Express News, Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones op-ed, OPED, on Google, and you can pull that up.
It'll come up.
Something else, the San Antonio Spurs are advertising commercials on TV.
Oh, right. And you saw it?
I did. I was just watching Dancing with the Stars or something, and here it comes.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, whoa, this is a big deal for them.
Right.
They spent money on commercials because they want this new arena.
Right. That's a good point. Yeah. It kind of shows that, doesn't it?
I mean, it's in their interest, isn't it?
Well, but they're also really playing hard to get. I mean, it's just a fact that they've also made it really clear that Austin is pursuing them. You know, they leaked that information out. So Austin is,
right,
in the running.
Right. They have a backup plan.
Right. I think they had some meetings, and they either leaked it or they, oops,
Or just insinuated it.
Exactly, yeah.
But anyway, I think it's in their best interest because who wouldn't want a new house?
Uh-huh.
Or a new basketball court?
Uh-huh.
It's just nice to have.
Right.
But who's going to end up paying for it, and is it good for the city?
Right. And would they really leave if they didn't get it?
Right. I don't know the answer to that. Dr. Zimbalist, when we interviewed him, he said, that sports teams really do leave. I mean, because it's
right. Yeah.
If another city is offering you everything that you want, and there's a population of audience members there to go to the game,
yeah,
the bottom line is their main focus, I would imagine.
I would imagine too. At the end of the day,
right,
they do a lot for the community.
The people of San Antonio are very loyal to the Spurs, but would the Spurs be very loyal to the city?
He was talking about the Green Bay Packers as well. Remember that example that he gave? Now, they would not leave their community, correct?
Okay, I don't remember that. I'm sure he talked about it.
Yeah, he said they were the one team where they are so rooted in that community that they're basically the same.
That's nice to know. Hopefully the Spurs would fall in line. You had been telling me for the last couple of months how divided the city is on this. You go to a lot of meetings and different functions for the community because you love the community.
Are you going to ask me to make a prediction?
No, I just wanted the listeners to know that you've noticed this just by talking to real people,
Right?
And you like to ask them
I
where they fall.
Yeah, we have that in common. That's probably why we're good friends.
Yeah.
I love listening to people. You've got your ear to the ground as well. What are you
Well,
hearing?
I don't always remember to ask that question. I'm usually talking to them about a last will or a living trust.
Good point. Yeah.
Because Marquardt Law Firm sponsors the show, and we focus on last wills, living trusts, and tax-protected inheritance plans. Do it before you die.
Are we going to run out of time? Because I wanted to know about my Bad Bunny question and how Boston was and what the actual Prop A and Prop B says.
Right. Well, go in that order.
How was Boston?
It was great. I was there for a legal conference. I use this case management software called Clio.
Yeah.
I don't think it stands for anything. It's just where we keep our time activity, how we produce invoices, where we store documents, and how we communicate with our staff, our lawyers and paralegals in the office.
But Boston was good. Did you see any protests? Were there any? Were you there at the No Kings? Is that secretly why you went?
That's not secretly why I went. I go to learn cutting edge legal trends for my clients and for society.
Yeah.
And so
And if you happen to have a nice time while you're there as well?
Well,
it's
my brother went with me, and we stayed an extra day so that we could really do something in Boston. Because every day at the conference is filled with classes,
right?
And then we did go to the MGM, which had a comedian who was hilarious. I can't remember.
Had you
her
been
name.
before to Boston?
I've been one other time. Years ago, I went to a conference there.
Funnest thing you did in Boston? Coolest thing you saw in Boston?
Well, it was this time, because I was just going to say last time I was young. I barely had enough money to get there, and I came back right away. So that's why I wanted to stay an extra day.
Yeah.
And so we went on this bus tour that goes along the Freedom Trail.
Oh, nice.
Which is, there's a lot of history there.
I bet the weather was amazing.
It was, but the bus didn't have windows.
Huh.
And so the wind made it sort of cold.
Uh-huh.
And so Tyrone bought me a sock hat that said Boston on it.
Oh, cool. You're going to post all this on your YouTube?
Well, I posted it on Instagram.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, so if you want to see me in
I usually
Boston
stalk you on
Instagram, just search for Todd A. Marquardt.
Did you eat clam chowder?
No, but I had lobster bisque.
Nice. Do you have an opinion on Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl?
No, because I don't know Bad Bunny.
What? Well, you have time still.
Well,
just put it on your Spotify.
Yeah, I'll listen to a song. But what I'm probably going to end up watching for the halftime show is Turning Point.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's right. They're doing like a counter thing.
They're going to have their own halftime show.
We could have a whole show on that because it's a whole rivalry.
Well, you watch the Bad Bunny.
Okay.
I'll watch Turning Point, and we can compare notes.
Yeah, East Coast, West Coast rivalry. Okay. Do you have time to answer what Prop A and Prop B says, and then what the results of the UT poll were?
Well, not really. You can read about what the propositions are. I found it at a website for League of Women Voters, SA.
Right.
So go there, search Google.
Very cool.
The poll that UT San Antonio did said 44% of voters support raising the Bexar County venue tax to pay for the expansion of the stock show and rodeo grounds.
Okay.
Support for the new Spurs arena was 40% in favor.
Okay.
Those against was about 46.
Do you have an opinion on how reliable it is?
No, there was like 600 something people that were polled, but I don't think that the same proportion of people are going to show up to the polls. We have to end the show now, Shannon. I'm sorry, but I do appreciate
distracted
you
us. I'm sorry.
coming. No, it's fun to talk about that stuff. Join us every Sunday at 4:30 on Talk Law Radio. Bye.
Goodbye.
This has been Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt, brought to you by the Marquardt Law Firm. You can learn more at marquardtlawfirm.com. And be sure to listen to the full Talk Law Radio show Saturday mornings at 11 on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Most families don't realize they have hidden legal blind spots until it's too late. Wills, trusts, Medicaid planning, even protecting a business. These are the kinds of issues attorney Todd Marquardt helps uncover before they become problems. Todd is the host of Talk Law Radio, where each week he guides listeners through the legal challenges families, veterans, and business owners face, while showing them the practical steps to protect what matters most. Catch Talk Law Radio, Saturdays at 11 a.m. on 9:30 a.m. The Answer, 6:30 a.m. The Word, and now in Houston on AM 1070 and 103.3 FM The Answer, or anytime on YouTube. Planning isn't just about documents. It's about peace of mind, security for loved ones, and building a legacy that lasts. Don't wait for a crisis. Do it before you die.